What's going on with y'all? Seven Soldier 7 back at it with another video. Today is going to be a very important topic, back to back. Let's go. Your urges are controlled by your breath. Ooh, this is key. This is something that is missing for most people dealing with addiction, in specific masturbation, PMO. You fail to realize that your breath is what controls your action. Okay, each action that you have there's a specific breath correlated with that action. Okay, when you're angry, you're breathing in a certain way. When you are at peace, you're calm. There's a breath that's linked to that. When you're running, when you're exercising, there's a breath pattern that is linked with that. Right? So we know that there's the breath is linked to action, right? So we should know that in order to do or perform a certain action, you can use your breath in order to do that action, whatever that may be. So if you're tired and lethargic, you could make your breath in a certain way, right? You could breathe deeply and you could breathe fast in order to ramp up your energy. And if you do this for like a minute, you'll feel that energy in that impulse to action, right? Or if you're angry, you could breathe in a very calm and relaxed way, and your body, your nervous system will react to that. Okay, now in the realm of addiction, right, you're breathing in a certain way that makes you act out that behavior. Okay, your brain waves are linked to your breath, right? So there's different brain waves. There's 4, right? There's the alpha or the beta first. The beta brain wave, which is the brain wave where you are active, you're in the world, moving, very highly alert, aware of your surroundings, you're just moving, grooving, thinking in your head. This is the state most of us are in. And this is the brainwave state linked to acting out on impulses, right? Then we have the alpha brain state, alpha wave brain state. This is the brain wave where you are relaxed, right? You're alert, but you're relaxed, you're calm. This is the meditative state that we seek. This brainwave state is related to prefrontal cortex activation, and it is through the prefrontal cortex that you actually control. As I was saying, this alpha wave brain state is linked to prefrontal cortex activation, right? And it is through the prefrontal cortex that we have the ability to actually control your emotions. It's through the PFC that we have the ability to plan ahead, implement long-term goals, and actually succeed in that. It's through this brain, this part of our brain, that we master the self. Okay, this is the direct part of the brain that is attacked in modern day society. They attack this PFC through the food we eat. Little do you know, the food you eat has a direct effect on your brain. The junk food, the processed food, etc. The excess sugar. It dampens your PFC over time. constant dopamine, constant scrolling, right? Going down this loop. This dampens, this literally shuts your PFC down. Okay? I could go on. Don't let me start with porn and masturbation. That kills your PFC over time. Okay? But the alpha wave brain state is the state of being where the PFC gets the most energy and you can actually control the self. Okay, so that's the alpha wave brain state. Then you have the theta wave brain state, and that's where you are in deep meditation. This is where visions might come, dreams happen in this state, and is linked with very deep healing properties. But the deepest is the delta brain wave state, which is deep sleep. And you also have the gamma wave brain state, which is very high level activation of the brain that happens in very deep meditation. But we're going to be dealing with the alpha wave brain state. This is the state that we activate with our breath to control our urges. If you really want yourself, why you do these certain habits and actions is to activate your parasympathetic nervous system. Now, listen to what I'm saying here. When you're in a very addictive state of being, when you're doom scrolling or when you're scrolling for that perfect video, if you really watch your mind, you're frantic. You're like an addict searching for the next hit. But one thing you're not aware of is your breath. Your breath is fast. It's not deep. It's very shallow. Right? And that is the exact reason why you're able to maintain that frantic state, is because your breath is shallow. So if you want to control your urges, I want you to try this. When you feel the urge, the earlier you tap into this, the earlier you catch the urge, the better for you. So when you feel the urge, I want you to do something called Vader breathing or throat friction breathing. This is what I do. This is how I start all my meditation sessions. This is how anytime I feel an urge, I shut that motherfucker down. So we're gonna call it Vader breathing. So how you do this is you breathe in through your nose. Normally breathe into your stomach when you feel the urge. And then you're going to exhale, but you're going to feel the friction at the back of your throat. So it's gonna kind of sound like you sound like Darth Vader. Right? So you're going to inhale, exhale. I hope you hear this. Let me get closer. Inhale, exhale. So you kind of hear how that friction at the back of your throat is going to slow down your exhale, and it's going to activate your vagus nerve and activate the parasympathetic nervous system. If you do this a few times, 3, 4, 5 times, almost immediately your body is going to relax and you're going to activate the parasympathetic nervous system. I said before how most of these actions that we do is because we lack parasympathetic nervous system activation, right? When you're in the mood to masturbate, what you want is that relaxing feeling of, I'm done. I can relax now. That's what you want subconsciously. When you want a big, heavy, hearty meal, or you want to order a pizza, it's really that relaxing feeling that you're looking for. When you're done with that pizza in your body, it's just, and you can just chill, right? You can tap into that energy without the junk, without actually harming your body, but actually healing your body, because it's in that state of rest that your body heals and your brain starts to actually get energy, right? So I want you to do this throat friction breathing next time you feel an urge, and watch your urge die. Now you could, when you're in that relaxed state, you could start to use your mind. You could start to rationalize, tell yourself, I won't be doing this action. It is through your mind that you control your emotions, right? It's in that relaxed alpha wave brainwave state where your mind is most open to suggestion. The elites do this with social media and commercials, right? TV, you're watching your video, or you're watching your YouTube, or you're watching, whatever TV channel you're doing, you're enraptured in it. You're in a trance basically watching it, and then boom, they hit you with an ad. Your brain, it's in the alpha wave brainwave state, and it's easily susceptible. I caught myself doing this, watching a flick, ad hits for a fucking Domino's pizza. I end up buying a pizza 2-3 hours down the line. Why did I do this? It's because they caught me in that alpha wave brainwave state. Now you could use this state to control your reality and control your actions. So when you're in that alpha wave brainwave state, you can tell yourself, I will not be doing this, and then do something else. Use your mind. Talk to yourself. Tell yourself, why do I not want to do this action? I don't want to masturbate because I don't want to lose my energy. I will stand firm in my decision of celibacy and continue on. Do whatever you want to do, transmute the energy, do another action, whatever. But when you first activate that parasympathetic nervous system, you gain control over your action. This could go for any addiction that you might have. If you're addicted to cigarettes, do this breath 5 times. It's quick. Feel the friction at the back of your throat. Slow the exhale. When you're done doing 3-4 breaths, start to breathe normally. And talk to yourself. Tell yourself, I will not be doing this action. And then boom. Try it for yourself. This is how I control my urges. This is how I start my meditations to activate that parasympathetic nervous system and get me in that alpha wave brain state. I can enter meditation in like 2 minutes very quickly with this technique. Just hit 5 of these throat friction Vader breaths and then breathe normally, observe your breath, and you're activated. So try this. Let me know how you guys felt about it. If it works for you, it works for me. So I don't see why it won't work for you. All right, y'all. Peace.